everybody, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to help you learn new tips, tricks, and techniques in drawing. So itong mga to yung nakatulong sa akin when I started drawing. At ito rin yung ginagamit ko hanggang ngayon na nagpo-portrait ako. I made sure na yung materials na ginamit ko ay available lang mostly sa inyong mga bahay. And itong dalawa lang yon. It's Mongol number 2 and cotton buds. So, itong dalawang to rin yung naging puhunan ko nung nagsisimula ako mag-draw. At dito rin ako natuto kasi wala pa naman akong knowledge sa mga gamit na pwedeng gamitin. Wala pa naman akong knowledge sa mga mediums na pwedeng magamit. So, dito lang din ako nagsimula. I hope meron kayo nito so you don't have to go outside anymore. If you want to learn, then keep on watching.
So, we'll use a piece of cotton bud, Mongol number 2 pencil, an eraser, sharpener, and a sketch pad or Oslo Paper will do. First, observe. So, bago ako nagsisimulang mag-drawing, nagsasearch muna ako ng pwedeng tularan ng mo-observe ko sa isang realistic na drawing and what makes it realistic. And then next, avoid using too sharp pencils. So, after sharpen your pencil, so doodle muna kayo or write scribbles on a scratch paper. Because if you use too sharp pencils, this will happen. So, magkakaroon ng dent yung paper and it is now damaged. So, kitang-kita yung dent, lalo na pag shinadan, and we don't want that in our drawing. Next, for outlines or big lines, move your arm and not just your wrist. So, you're more likely to draw steadily kapag nag-move yung arm, and mas malaki yung range ng movement kapag yung arm mo yung gumagalaw. And more likely na straight din yung lines mo kapag nag-drawing. If you move your wrist, kapag nag-draw ng straight line, it will not be straighter. So, instead, move your arm like this. For shading, hold your pencil lightly at an angle. So, lightly because we don't want to shade na hanggang sa ma-damage yung paper. We want lighter shading and then we will build it up. At that angle because we want a bigger part of the pencil to touch the paper para mas malawak yung magagawang shade. Because if you shade ng naka 90 degree angle yung pencil mo, you will create thinner lines and also this will damage your paper. Mas madiin kasi pag nakatayo yung pencil, so mas magkakaroon ng dent sa paper.
Ngayon na nasabi ko na sa inyo yung materials na gagamitin natin today and na-share ko na sa inyo yung tips na meron ako, ipapakita ko naman sa inyo how I applied everything in this drawing.
So we're going to start by outlining the drawing. So I'm starting with the outline and of course I'm moving my arm. And outlines are supposed to be light kasi outline lang sila, they are just guidelines. I don't really have a reference here. So I just drew what I think and what I can imagine. So now I'm shading the inner parts of the lips and of course that is dark dahil nasa loob siya. And then I'm adding lines because I've also observed na ang lips marami siyang lines. So there, I'm just adding some shading. So pag nag-shade kayo, pag nag-start, shade lightly muna and then you're going to build it up. Kasi mas madaling magdagdag kesa magbawas. And also remember that when you're shading, there's always a transition from dark to light. So that will create the depth of the drawing and will add more realism. I'm just shading, and I'm also following the curves of the lips, because the strokes are sometimes visible. Just adding some shades from dark to light. As you can see, I'm starting from the middle part of the lips. So kung saan sila nagmi-meet, that's where I start, so that I can estimate kung gaano kadiin or kung gaano kakapal yung gusto kong darkness ng shading. Then I'm going to blend it using the cotton bud. So usually I blend in a circular motion for more consistency. And then I'm just adding another layer of shading and also darkening some parts. Kasi since na-blend siya, so yung ibang lines na ginawa ko kanina, nag-lighten siya. And then I'm going to build that up lang. Then add more lines and more depth. Add more lines. So, light lines pa lang naman siya. Then blend it all. There are times na it doesn't have to be blended always naman. Kasi merong mga artists na ang style nila ay sketchy, so they don't blend masyado yung shadings nila, and they want it to look rough, to look as intense. So kanya-kanyang style din yan. And then I'm adding some shades lang dito na sa labas ng lips, yung cupid's bow, and then yung sa ilalim nadagdagan ko rin ng shading para mapakita yung depth ng lips tsaka ng skin. Then blend it again. Then I'm also erasing some parts to make some highlights kasi lips are naturally shiny. So, para mas buhay yung itsura niya and para mas maging realistic din, I'm adding some highlights. And then I'm going to add another layer of shading kasi na-identify na natin yung source of light, and I put it at the right corner. So yung left part ng lips, mas dark siya kaysa dun sa right side because that's where the light is. I'm just adding some highlights ulit. Then mas dinadarken ko lang yung ibang parts since meron na nga tayong source of light, para lang mas ma-identify kung saan nanggagaling yung ilaw. So, it's okay to build up then to make layers of shading kasi it's gradual din naman eh. You can see along the way kung ano pa yung kailangang dagdagan. So, there, I'm adding transitions lang then from the middle of the lips, then outwards, then blend. So, it doesn't really end. Hanggat tinititigan mo yung gawa mo, may nakikita kang kailangan idagdag. And it's okay because drawing is a really long process. There's no shortcut to it and you have to practice para mag-improve. And always remember that you don't have to be great to start. You have to start to be great. So, enjoy!
Thank you so much for watching and I hope you learned a lot. I hope you were able to apply everything I told you about drawing, my techniques, my tips, and my tricks. So, I look forward to seeing you all draw and to seeing you improve and grow in your drawing journey. Please keep safe and like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on my next video.